I was looking forward to watching that.
Well, I mean, I'm still gonna watch it and give my own critique on it, but from what I've been hearing, a lot of people aren't liking it. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Last Airbender. All these remakes have been doing terribles in it.
Well, yeah,
Except
because
apparently
people
Dragon
aren't.
Ball is super. Maybe.
Yeah, because people aren't trying to keep to, the lore and to what made the show popular in the first place. They're trying to do their own thing with it, which is not what the people want.
Yep.
People want them to use the
Hey,
lore
we're gonna
to
have
make
this
the
IP that it has established characters and ruin every single one for our own story when we could just, use an original cast or just follow something that tangentially related.
Yeah, like,
I hope
hey,
that doesn't happen, but I'm expecting it to happen with the Borderlands movie.
oh, yeah, so it's a good cast, right? Everyone in that cast is a rock stars when it comes to films. My problem
Except
is,
it's all misplaced.
yes, my problem is I don't think they're the right people for the roles. Jack Black as Claptrap, I'm totally okay with because I think he'll do a fantastic job.
He's actually so far he's done really well for annoying characters or side villains so far. I haven't watched the Super Mario movie, but I haven't heard anything bad about his performance on there, so I have to assume it's pretty well.
I've seen some of it and it's pretty good from what
I've seen Mario
and some
like
of the finished
gosh, like 500 times. And
The new one, not the old one.
that's what I'm talking about, the new one. And I say Bowser makes it. Jack Black Bowser just makes the movie. Mario and Luigi, I'll say, are pretty blank. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of just. I guess I'm a little burnt out of whatever that actor's name, who plays
Chris
Mario.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, I'm just burnt out.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling.
I
with
didn't
some
like it.
people,
I wasn't too. I was kind of indifferent to that because it's he was trying to make a Boston accent, which kind of makes sense in a tangentially way because that's what originally Mario was supposed to be. Was he's not actually he's a Boston Italian or something like that. Grew up in Boston, sort of thing, way hidden lore, but that might also be from the Super Mario movie from the 90s though.
it's actually based off of the guy that they created Mario after.
Yeah, so he was people say he doesn't sound like Mario, but it's probably a more accurate accent.
Yeah, when they created Mario, they didn't have. Basically, when they were working on the original Nintendo, they got kicked out of the office that they were working in, and this guy let them go into his warehouse and work on it from the warehouse for free at no cost.
Yeah.
And once they got the system launched and the first game was Super Mario, they named it after that guy who was from that area, and he was Italian. So.
But yeah, that's probably just for me. It's probably just more of just because it's at the same time Guardians came out, and also and then at the same one they played, both movies played that song, "No Sleep Till Brooklyn."
So it immediately got stuck in the same pit of, all right, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
Understandable, but
I don't even care about Marvel movie. I don't watch Marvel stuff, and maybe that makes me part of the issue. Is I don't like Marvel movies because there is good ones, but it's kind of turned everything else into a wannabe Marvel movie.
Everyone wants that Marvel success, and Marvel has. They hit their peak when they got to Endgame. And then now they're plummeting again.
And they're
and everyone's trying to go for it, but they don't realize one of the main reasons why they did so well is because they've been building up for that thing for literally decades. You don't just get it in the first try.
Yeah, definitely. Justin
2004.
Justice League is the clear case of trying smash everything that the Marvel movies have done.
Yeah, like they were like, oh, we're gonna do the same thing as them, but we're gonna try and make it faster.
And do it
And
in
that's coming
one
from-
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Instead of
and-
building up
Mhm.
individual characters and then bringing them together, we're gonna just build these two characters, and then we're gonna throw them together with these 3 other characters that you've never seen before.
But we give just enough backstory so you love them and hope they do okay.
Yeah. But
And like
yeah.
in regards to Marvel movies, the only ones I really care about was like the first couple Iron Man movies,
up,
because I
Logan?
felt like that was a very good balance of all of it.
the first Iron Man movie was great. I did not like
I'm an
the
Iron
second
Man
one
1
at
and
all.
2.
Yeah, I didn't like
Yeah.
the second one at all.
I think there was a third one, and that was getting too far.
Yeah, the third one was okay, but yeah, that second one I didn't like at all. The first one
Yeah.
is my favorite.
Yeah, I
First,
I mostly
uh,
remember them because my dad. I watched them with my dad too, so
Yeah.
that's probably a big part of it.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, the first Iron Man movie, the first Thor movie, and the first Captain America are my top 3 for Marvel. Because they weren't doing too much with it. They were just building the character.
Yeah.
But yeah, in regards to Borderlands, I feel like they got the whimsical side down based on the trailer that I saw, which is great and all. But if they're focusing solely on the whimsical and not on the like badassery that they put in there, like everything.
Like I
that's
feel like they would have gotten away with it a lot better if they just, like from what I've said, if they just made their original Vault Hunter cast instead of trying to make it like pre-existing Vault Hunters. They could
Yeah,
have gotten
yeah.
away with it a lot better.
Oh yeah, and even if they
And then
did
they
do
could have had unique
pre-existing ones,
characters.
they should have utilized people that fit the roles better. Like I said, Rockstar cast, but I don't think they'll fit the roles that they're in. Kevin Hart as Roland, he's the same height as Tiny Tina. I mean, come on.
Wait, what? He's playing Roland?
Yeah, Kevin Hart is playing Roland.
Huh. Okay.
And yeah, I don't see that. I see someone more like Idris Elba, or I mean, you could have even done Denzel, and it would have been a better fit.
Yeah, I just
Will Smith. I mean, there's
And
lots
that-
of options.
and then
And
the-
also, like, if they're doing it, they're probably gonna make it much more in line with the like. Well, never mind. Actually,
I guess
it's a
for
movie. It's not gonna follow anything.
for me, like the also thing I'm kind of burnt out is kind of the, I'll say like the Deadpool effect, where there's like that whimsical not seriousness, like sarcasm, poke at everything. Like it's funny, like the very
The
first.
point why Deadpool did so well is because they did it in a like they didn't over like the movie was about that, but they kept serious parts in it and they was very tongue in cheek
Yeah.
where it was appropriate.
Well, yeah, it's like you have to
Nuance.
do it at a level where like Borderlands 2. Like it's very whimsical, but at the very end you hate the main villain guy.
Handsome Jack, yeah.
Yeah, you hate Handsome Jack and you're just like, I can't wait till this evil guy is done away with, you know? But they like build up
Yeah.
to that. Like in
Yeah,
the-
and like all of the jokes in that entire game are like,
And even
They're
I
all-
agree with that, and I'm more of a fan of Borderlands than 1 because the whimsical was there, but it was just a lot more ingrained below a lot of the seriousness of the.
yeah. And that's what I'm
Areas
saying.
too.
Like they got a good cast in the movie, but you know, everyone in that movie is a comedian.
Like
you
I
know.
said, if they just made their own group of Vault Hunters or whatever, just didn't have
I just-
expectations.
Yeah. missed out.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that they're not pulling a Halo.
Ugh. Yeah.
I didn't even watch it because I heard how not Halo it was.
I haven't heard
Like-
any good things about the Halo series.
Well,
a
I mean,
big issue with the Halo series is the person that a lot of the writers, I explicitly remember this being mentioned, the people that wrote it actively never watched the source or touched the source material outside of probably
Never
hearing it from someone
played
else,
the game or read the books or anything.
and disliked what they heard about it. Like I remember someone saying they actively disliked what Halo was.
That's
Like, they, yeah.
Like you got this. You're trying to make a show. That's really funny. Trying to make a show to get the people who love it, and then you tell them to their face, "What you love, I hate." Like,
well, yeah, it's like the only things I've really heard about it so far, right, is number one, he, gosh, what was it? He was like a really whiny dude who was always crying about how his parents died. Instead of, I mean, obviously, if you're an orphan, yeah, it makes sense. But you know, the thing about the Halo series is those kids, they were orphaned when they were babies, so they don't remember their parents. And then they were literally raised in a military facility to kill their enemies. And essentially, they were actually the bad guys originally. Basically, they were going and just taking over these planets, and then they just happened to come across aliens. And they were like, "Oh, we got a problem." And that's really where the Halo thing started. But they made Cortana have this like love relationship with him, where like either he was in love with her, she was in love with him, or something like that, and it was just really weird because he's not supposed to have any kind of emotional attachments like that because of how he was raised.
Yeah, and like in the games he had one, but that was after like decades of him being with Cortana or something.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
that was like
literally
over time. Yeah.
The first 4 games. You know, that's supposed to be over the course of like maybe 10 years of his life, with her like directly connected to him the entire time. And even part of that was that he didn't necessarily it wasn't as much an emotional connection. I mean, there was probably
There was a lot
that,
of respect and then like
there was that, and the fact that he had information about the humans that he didn't want the aliens and the Guardians and everyone else to have. So his goal was to get her back or take her out if necessary.
Like I didn't play the fourth one. I mostly was talking about the first 3 and like Reach.
Yeah. I played the 4th and 5th one, and then I played a little bit of.
Because I think outside of that actual like movie quality thing, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a big shift in narrative stuff after Bungie stopped making the main things in games.
Yeah, there definitely was a shift because there was a whole different writing team on it and everything. But yeah, it's just the fact that they decided, you know what, we don't care about any of this stuff that makes Halo what it is. We're gonna make it whatever we want it to be.
Yep.
It's
literal authorized fanfic.
Yeah.
And not even good fanfic at that point.
Yeah. And like the other thing that I heard is literally in the first episode you see Master Chief's face.
What?
Yeah. Which has not happened through any of the games, like all 6 of them.
Which is like outside of being the person you play as in a lot of the time, it is explicitly like there's a lot of mystique and like because he's just Master Chief.
Yeah, and I think they did that on purpose because you don't know what he looks like at all. You don't know whether he's white, black, Asian. I mean, he could be anyone, and that kind of allowed anyone to be like, I could be this person.
Yeah, it's definitely that hero projection.
But in the movies, you want someone noticeable, and you probably want whoever's gonna be playing it to be a recognizable actor or something to get the easy clicks and stuff.
I mean, what
they cared about more
in the Mandalorian movie, right? You don't see his face for a show. I mean,
I was just gonna say that in the Mandalorian, the whole first season, you don't see his face until the very end of it. I want to say it's like one of the last 2 episodes where it actually shows his face,
And
and that's
probably
really
makes
what
it a lot better.
it
Makes
does.
more
Yeah,
impactful.
because it gives that mystery and that like who is this? Like obviously you can just look up the look up the cast and see who's behind the mask, but I mean really if you're not the type to do that, it builds that like, oh, this could be anyone behind the mask and draw people in. But yeah, my whole thing with, like I said, Borderlands is just, I feel like they could have chosen better if they were gonna follow the same characters. They could have chosen people that fit better. I have no issues with Tiny Tina. I don't know who that actress is, so I'm kind of excited to see how she does the role.
I'm hoping it's at least good, even though it is misfitting in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for, because we don't get too many of those.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I like the whimsical stuff and that kind of thing. I do like that, but I hope it's not overly whimsical where it reduces the actual like coolness of the whole thing. Yeah.
Which like I mentioned before, they like Borderlands 2 is a little bit too much whimsical for me in some cases, especially now, but they still had that. And the big worry for me is a lot of movies now, like I said with the Marvel thing earlier, goes into that way too much, the whimsicalness. Like for like they start dropping jokes in the most inopportune ways all the time.
Yeah, like the
Borderlands is very easy to do that with because of how it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm hoping they don't.
I was really excited for Thor: Love and Thunder. It looked really good, and then it was just too ridiculous. Like I really did like the way they did Ragnarok. You know, it had a good blend of the comedy and the seriousness. It definitely leaned more towards the comedy side than the seriousness, but I did enjoy that movie a lot. But the same guy did the Thor Love and Thunder, and he just went even more towards the whimsical silliness instead of you know, really trying to round Thor out as this like really, you know, really cool guy. Like, you know, Thor's a really powerful character, and they just kind of made him this silly guy.
I still haven't seen. I still have not seen Love and Thunder.
I haven't either, but I don't plan on it either. So I just had a thought. Like, there's a big thing with like even games and stuff is that like trying to ruin what the game makes the game good by trying to make it appeal to a wider audience. And I'm starting to wonder if that's what's happening with movies right now in a way, is like a lot of narratives and stuff is getting drawn out and dialed down because they for more jokes, because that means that people have to be less invested in it to enjoy what's going on in the movie, because they just hear the jokes and they don't have to be paying attention as much to the story. And that kind of just ruins the entire thing altogether.
So it's for the person who is like thing is like high off the rocker.
High off the rocker, or has a too short of an attention span for a full length film.
Well, yeah, these days there's the ADHD numbers are skyrocketing, and you know.
Is it ADHD at this point, or is it just what we've been doing to people?
Well, they're calling it the you know, they're saying it's ADHD on a lot of these kids, and that's simply because, you know, they're not getting the attention they need to keep themselves off of tablets, phones, all these things that are keeping the mind busy with nothingness, you know. It's like games and stuff like that, and movies and TV shows. Yeah, they're great for entertainment purposes. but for children like 10 and under, they really shouldn't be on games that much.
Yeah,
or
like
TV that much or movies
or
that
at the
much
very
because-
least provide ways to still make them enjoy longer form content, for example, in the entertainment stuff, because right now it's a lot of TikTok, which is like 30 seconds max.
Yeah. And there's actually like a when it comes to making movies and stuff, they figured out like back in the 80s or 90s or something like that. People start losing focus after 12 seconds. So if you don't change the camera angle at least every 12 seconds,
Wait, that
people
was
are
in the
gonna
80s?
start
That
losing
feels
focus.
that feels like a lot more a lot more recent of a sort of thing. But I
Well,
guess maybe it was.
it got adopted more recently, I think. But yeah, I think it was in the 90s that they were like, hey, let's test these out and take a look and see. They recorded from multiple angles, and then they were like, they do a test audience, and they'd be like, what do you think of this scene? And then they'd be like, oh, and they'd be able to give a little bit of detail on it for the ones that had like longer than 12 seconds for each shot. And then they went over and they asked another group, what do you think of this scene? And they would do where they change the camera angle at least every 12 seconds, and they were able to give them more detail about what was going on.
Yeah, but also I feel like if that was actually a thing, I feel like that people are taking it to past its logical conclusion, because there's a difference between changing the scene and providing visual like clues, but changing the entire topic and no cohesion sort of thing, which is kind of what's going on nowadays.
Oh yeah.
Like they're at least still connected to each other. There's still a bigger focus on that content, even if it's changing the angles every 12 seconds or whatever. Now it's an entirely different topic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think they, like you said, they're trying to reach a broader audience. So
When they should,
they feel like they should change things up to
Yeah.
reach that audience.
or at
then
least
they
just get
end up-
big money because they know it's like, because they know they're in a like, they're gonna have a captive audience already for the people that already know the franchise, and then they'll get the people that don't.
Yeah.
That don't
But
have
then-
any expectations, and they'll be like, we already got the money.
Yeah, but then you end up with things like these movies, where they don't follow anything when it comes to the lore, the core
Yeah.
content that
And
they're
they might
doing.
even be trying to go for that, even because it brings more discourse. Because I haven't seen any sequels for those movies, but they were still successful nonetheless.
Well, yeah, they may have been successful at the box office, but I mean, how
that's-
successful were they outside of that?
Yeah, but it feels like they probably only care about the box office because they make money by getting different things and doing that with them. Instead
Yeah,
of just
It
making
depends
it-
on. Yeah, it depends on how successful it was in the box office, right? If it was really successful, they'll try and make a sequel. It'll bomb because all the people that went there to see what they were wanting to see and saw trash are not going to go see the sequel.
I
So
mean,
that's,
and like
that's,
one of
that's
the,
why so
yeah.
many sequels bomb, because they try and
Yeah.
follow the same logic that they did on the first one, when it may have done well because there's a core group that really loved the original content, came to see how it compares, and were like, I'm never watching one of these again if it's done
Yeah.
by the same person.
And then there is modern movies that do make it semi-modern, at least. Like, as far as I've ever heard, the Sonic movies did pretty well, even though they were different in quite a few ways. But that's because they kept homage and they had good fitting characters for it.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely followed a lot of the same stuff with Sonic. I mean, I've seen.
I haven't
That's
seen
it.
either of the movies.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
they're
gonna say
they're
there's two
they're-
outlet now,
yeah, they're pretty decent.
Uh,
I'll have to
and
say.
they're good. I mean, they're not like. I mean, Sonic is. There's only
It's
so much you can really do based off of the
Yeah.
game, right? There's only so much
Oh,
information. on it.
no. I mean, like, if you say game, but, like, it's a full comic series.
No, I know,
Oh, that
but
too.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm thinking based on the game because I've never seen the comics or anything
Yeah.
like that. But as a person who loved the game, going
Mhm.
in and watching the movie, I was like, this is an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
The people that are
Which
the
is
comic fans,
important to do because you can make an enjoyable movie and also still add stuff of your own to it as long as you keep respect to the original.
yeah, exactly. And then there's the people that they watch the comics, they read the comics and stuff, right? And they may have enjoyed it, they may have not. I mean, there's gonna be people who are diehard fans of any genre,
Yeah.
thing, and they're gonna be like, this is trash because it doesn't follow all the things that I want it to follow. But
Yeah.
then there's gonna be those people that are like, I really like this comic, and this is a good adaptation for it, but it's and I'd watch it, but I'm not gonna buy it, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
like what I was saying with Lord of the Rings. I love the books. I really enjoy the movies. I actually own the movies, so but
Next level
ultimately they
commitment right
don't.
there.
Ultimately, they don't 100% follow the book.
Yeah.
So it's
And
like,
sometimes that's like I was saying, that's fine.
and it's the same thing with like Harry Potter, right? Harry Potter had a whole lot of stuff with the way that they did things that were completely different from the books, and a lot of people got mad because of
Oh
huge
man,
fans of the
dude,
books.
I just recently gone through all the
I
Harry
am
Potter
also,
books,
under that
and
part.
and I have a really hard time watching the movies. Actually, after going through the books.
Yeah, I watched the movies first.
Same here.
I will
and I
say
went-
the later movies are very enjoyable, even though I read the Harry Potter books also.
Yeah.
The later ones were like the later Harry Potter movies definitely really did pretty well. I think in doing the core concepts of the books. But like the earlier ones before they were really comfortable with it, they had to change all this stuff.
Yeah, they definitely made a lot of adjustments based on like certain things, like who said this phrase, stuff like that, and
Yeah.
various different things about the way the teachers or whatever else.
Dumbledore is nothing like he is in the book. Dumbledore in the movie is like a decrepit old man, while Dumbledore in the movies is like just whimsical and like, oh man. Like, and they like completely, sorry, I just recently went through it, so like they do like so
Wait,
much.
which one did you say? Because you said the same thing. Like,
No,
Yeah,
so
you said
like
the movie for both of them, so
yeah, movie.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's-
Dumbledore like did it completely wrong. Hermione completely did her a disservice. Like
I
movie
do
Hermione
agree with that one.
is
Early movie Hermione was a disservice. Later on, once the character development. in the
still
movie
like
series
they
was
like did not
better.
do anything with Spew. Like she is just like pretty much like Harry and Ron's like fridge. They'll fridge her when they need her.
Well, I mean, the whole thing about Spew is, I mean, it's the same thing as with Lord of the Rings with Tom Bombadil, right? They didn't bring him in the movies at all, but he was a huge part of the book, the first part of the first book. And if you haven't read the books, you probably won't know who I'm talking about. But yeah, Tom Bombadil is this guy who there's a whole large area of land, and he's this like mystical guy that's been around longer than anything else in the area, and he just cares for the land, and that's what he does. And the ring has absolutely
He's
no
the
power
master.
over him. Yeah, he's the master. He's the master of the land. It literally says that in the book.
He's
he's
they call him the master. Like just master.
Yeah, he's the master of the territory that he set his own boundaries
Yeah.
and said, I'm the master of this territory, basically. So the ring has absolutely no power over him. He's able to put it on and it does absolutely nothing.
He just chuckles at it.
Yeah, but in the movies, it doesn't even show him. It completely skips the part of them going to him, and it changes a lot of what's going on in a lot of scenes, right?
Well, I think I'm talking about this Hermione as a character. Like, legitimately, the movie series, like after you go through the books, legitimately the movie series, uses her just as a crutch to moments that Harry needs something. While in the movies, like, you get a full depth of character, like where you legitimately see her passions, her like you see the full breadth of her, and you see the full breadth of Ron.
Did you mix those two up? Because you said the movie they do that.
Yeah, he said the movie both
yeah,
times.
I'm probably
he made the books the second time.
Okay, because
Yeah.
it's like
What I'm saying is it's completely like.
I will say, Ron and Hermione I liked in the movies. Movie 5 and 6.
Yeah, I was
After
gonna
that,
say.
no. That's
I was
why.
gonna
That's
say-
what I'm saying. Is like, at that point, they felt a lot more legitimate, real people, and a lot better.
So yeah,
Outside of that, I do agree.
I
Yeah,
really do
'cause-
hope the HBO series like does some like legitimate, like, since it's going to be a series.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what they were trying to focus on in the movies when they originally made them was they were trying to focus on Harry and not on everyone, right?
Oh,
Because
oh.
the whole it is based on Harry Potter, yes, but ultimately the books are about the whole thing, like everything that's
Harry
going
Potter
on.
is about Hogwarts with through Harry and the fight against Voldemort.
Well, also,
But the movies are about Harry Potter, not about the Wizarding World.
well, the movies, like how they did the movies is when they made the first movie, like, all right, this is this age group we're reaching, and so they just, for each next movie, you see them sticking with that age group as they grew up. That's why, like, the one where the Goblet of Fire, you could tell, like, this feels like you're like like your middle school, like high school, I don't know, dating rom-com movie. Like, it is like, instead of like staying faithful to, I'll say staying faithful to like kind of the feeling and vibes of the book, the movies themselves, like, they're sticking more to that audience level. And so they'll put each character kind of like in these funny, whimsical scenes that are, they're nothing like they are in the book. But since the movies are geared towards this age group that they are projecting for the movies, it just I'll say it was a drop of, I'll say it's a drop of what the
Yeah.
books were.
I can understand that. I mean, the thing is, the movies and the books, the adaptations, you can't get everything that's in the book in the movie. It's never gonna work.
Yeah,
A TV show, you can do a lot better about that, but you're not gonna get the full depth of everything because, in the book it tells you about what they're thinking, how they're feeling, and then in a movie or TV show, the actor has to know how to portray those feelings
Oh, of course, you'll never get the full thing.
without verbal. And there's definitely a lot of things that have changed between them with the adaptations because they're like, we really don't think this will be a good way to, we really don't think we can do this way, so we're gonna try and adjust the scene a little bit to make it a little easier for the story to film. I mean, like I said, with the Lord of the Rings, there's a lot of things, not just the Tom Bombadil, like the whole battle for Helm's Deep. Celeborn shows up with the elves. That never happened in the book. I mean, things like that where, he shows up and he dies, but in the book he never even went there. So there's always going to be those things where they're like, we're going to change this because it'll make it so much cooler, in my mind, than what was written in the story. So, or it'll make it easier, or whatever the thoughts are on the specific scene. I mean, the biggest difference too is in the books for Lord of the Rings, the battle for Helm's Deep is 4 pages, whereas the movie, the battle for Helm's Deep is 2/3 of the movie. So,
Well,
there's gonna be things like that.
I think Lord of the Rings, though, like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter are two different, like J.R. Tolkien and J.K. Rowling. They're writing for two different audiences in two different times.
Well, yeah,
And so like
and
J.R. Tolkien will legitimately spend a whole book, like a whole page. I mean, like a whole page describe like just doing scenes descriptions, like it's so funny. Like I guess like people like did not like going with him to a plant nursery because he'll legitimately like sit there and study like a single little plant and just like in his mind just like be in awe of like every little fiber of detail like that.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And so it
he
makes
was,
that's J.R. Tolkien. So it'll be really hard, especially with how J.R. Tolkien writes, to put that into a movie. I get that. I do.
no, I mean,
I do.
yeah, in general.
When I watch Lord of the Rings after going through the books, like I do feel like they try to get a lot of the.
Yeah, they try to get the main core concept through with all the main plot points.
And the vibe.
And that's why they cut things out, which makes sense. And I understand that.
But when I watch Harry Potter, they're like, all right, here's the big bad moment. Here's these little moments, try to connect the dots. But they don't follow any of the threading that is really in the books. And like a lot of, like, even like Harry Potter, like, there's a lot of just like, I just don't feel like they were trying to get the actual, like, there's like, all right, here's his age group that we're pointing towards. I think the first movie did the most honor to the book.
Yeah, I looked it up. And apparently, the first two were the most faithful.
Yeah, and
the
so,
rest.
but then after that, it was like, all right, we're big budget. Let's get as many viewers. Really capitalize on this money maker now. Well, I'll say
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that's
I'll say the person who did the Lord of the Rings movie, like, I legitimately sense that like it was trying to stay faithful, a general faithfulness to the material. I did not get that sense.
Peter Jackson definitely followed the source material very as close as he could at the time, and it still remains one of the most iconic movies in regards to the fact that they didn't use hardly any CGI for most of the movie. I mean, aside from Smeagol and a couple other minor things, like all the orcs were in costumes. They weren't CGI'd like the Hobbit movies were, right? And like that's one of the big things. Is like you were saying, the first two Harry Potter movies were the closest thing to the source material, and then they're like, okay, we got a big budget now. Let's just make it happen however we want. And that's pretty much what happened with the Lord of the Rings movies. The first 3 were true to form.
Oh yeah.
Then the Hobbit came around.
The Hobbit.
And
Hobbit's hot garbage.
For the most part, they stayed faithful to the source material, but they skimped out on a lot of stuff, like the costume. They could have paid more for the costumes and less for the CGI, in my opinion.
And the less we speak of the Amazon Prime special stuff.
And
or
all I was gonna say was that should have never been made.
That's what I've heard also.
The moment
and
that
I shall never mention it in your as much as I can in your presence again, because it is that much of a disgrace.
I have not watched it, and I don't want to.
No, so like the moment that they went out of their way to try to bring in actors from the original series, I mean not the original series, but from like the Fellowship, the Lord of the Rings series, and try to like it'll make sense. Like if like obviously Bilbo Baggins or like these people, like they're there in the world. But then when they like hard shoved Legolas in it, and like all these like awesome Legolas scenes, I was I was like, I'm done. Like,
Well, it doesn't make sense to me that they brought any of them into it because this was supposed to be back when the Rings of Power were made, which
mhm.
would have been 1,000 years before or something
No,
like that.
no, The
Like,
Hobbit is.
It's a
no,
prequel.
this would have been before the Hobbit.
Oh, you're talking. No, you're talking about Amazon series. I was talking about The Hobbit.
You're talking about the Hobbit. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, it makes sense that he's there because it's he's like 100 years old or something like that. So, it makes
Mhm.
sense. I mean, the fact that they didn't have Aragorn in the, I mean, he could have been because by
Well,
the end of
well, if you
the
if you like go through
Lord
the
of the
Fellowship of the Ring, they like when you go through the books, they legitimately say like they'll tell you like Bilbo Baggins will tell you who like he's seen and who he knew. Like all the people like Bilbo Baggins and the people in the Fellowship of the Ring, they're at the same table. They're at that elven land.
Yeah.
Like if they're in
Yeah.
the same area, like it'll be very clear. It's just like it's those like it's like Jump Shark for me, and it just I'm removed from like it forcibly removes me from the movie I'm watching. Does that make sense? Like it'll be like as if an airplane like this went in the background of the movie. Like like I feel like this doesn't belong here.
Well, I mean, like I said, certain characters, it makes sense that they would have been in the movie in certain times. I definitely felt like they did a little too much Legolas in it but it's hard to say because I actually haven't read the Hobbit books.
Oh,
So
I'm
that's-
going through the Hobbit books like right now.
Yeah, I
I'm
need to go through
almost
the
done.
Hobbit
It's
books
so
that
good,
I can...
dude. Okay, Audible. There's the guy does the voice acting for the audiobook. Does Smeagol, and he's an amazing voice actor. Like,
Robert Inglis.
I mean, Robin told me it's the guy who does the voice for Smeagol. So, like, Chef's Kiss.
It's the actual actor.
Yeah, like Chef's Kiss. He is such a like.
Oh yeah, no, he's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Andy
like-
Serkis.
Like I'm like I love the audiobook. Like there hasn't been like an audiobook in a very long time where I'm like I'm like as I'm listening to it, like I'm driving and I'm like, oh my gosh, so good. Like when he does the voice of Smaug, you're like,
Yeah.
dang. Like
So,
obviously
I
he
have-
kills Smeagol for obvious reasons, but all the like when he does like the dwarf singing, he does like the full deep rumble singing. When he does the elf singing, like he does such good. Like it's like, have you ever done the Harry Potter audiobooks? Like it's like that kind of good voice actor where he does a really good job.
Depends
Like
on which.
Yeah, I have all the Harry Potter audiobooks as well as the Lord of the Rings ones. I want to say it's Robert Ingalls that does the voice on the Lord of the Rings. I'm not sure about the Hobbit because I don't have that one. But,
yeah,
yeah, I like the way he does the story for the Lord of the Rings audiobooks on there. If Andy Serkis is the one that does the Hobbit one, I'll have to find that because I do like Andy Serkis. He's a phenomenal voice actor overall.
yeah, it was. Oh man, like we're just now at where Smaug's talking, and like I feel the terror that Bilbo Baggins is feeling by being in the presence of Smaug. Like he
Yeah.
does such a good like kind like that commanding dragon voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, oh. Like it's like a whole level new appreciation of the Hobbit. And this is like the second or third time that I've gone through the Hobbit.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't gone through the Hobbit. I want to do the Hobbit, the Silmarillion, all the Tolkien books. Yeah, what you were saying about how Tolkien was when it came to like going places and researching a single planet and stuff like that. He did that just out of pure curiosity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he would take that and put it into literature.
Yeah.
His whole thing about these books that he wrote was he was creating a story for his kids when they went to sleep.
Yeah. I also love.
And
Oh, continue.
I was just gonna say, and he would forget certain aspects, and they would remind him, so he'd have to start taking notes as the story expanded. So as he took notes, the story expanded. He started saying, "Okay, I need to write this down so I can have this story all like written out." And then he started doing that, and then he started researching other things, and he ended up creating, the Elven speech and the Elven writing, and studying, you know, Dwarven or not Dwarven, um, Norse runes and stuff like that, and utilizing those for Dwarven writing, all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
he literally was like, and he did that not for the book or for anything else, simply as a linguistics project, and then he threw it into the book.
Yeah, I also love like so at the end of the Fellowship of the Ring, he does like a little forward of like how like people are asking like and it's J.R. Tolkien writing like this is an allegorical, and he actually like legitimately says like no, this is not. Like if you find connections, awesome. But I'm legitimately just writing this because it's like post World War II. And he's like, no, I just write this just because I just want to write a good story. And if you find connections, awesome. But that's not my purpose. And I love how like when people forcefully write allegorical, which is like C.S. Lewis, like you're at the whims of the author. But if you find connections, that is it. It's interacting with your world, your time and space.
Yeah, and I like that little excerpt too. He's like, people ask me if this is allegorical, and he's like, no, because I hate allegory and all of its pretenses.
Yeah. It's like his best friend, like one of his, I don't know, I can't say best friends, but he was like good friends with C.S. Lewis. And,
they were friends in college.
Like they say this, like they both like they brought him. That group brought him to recognition of the awesomeness of King Jesus.
Yeah, they met in college, and that's where they became friends.
And it's like they worked the same college together, which is so cool. It's funny that like C.S. Lewis was like the most atheist among them all, and how he became the most allegorical of them all.
Yeah. But yeah, I think just in general the way movies have been transitioning, I've not been as much of a fan. I've actually been transitioning more to TV series because they can provide a lot more. Because they're not limited to, a 2.5 hour, a 3 hour movie. To try and pack all the story in. They can spread it out amongst however many hours they want the story to be on.
Yeah, and that's why, like I said, I'm hopeful of the Harry Potter series on HBO.
I'm glad that HBO of all people got it.
Yeah, because like
because
continue.
Amazon, not hearing good things on the adaptations of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, they also like were put in a tight spot because they had the rights to make the movie, but they didn't have actual like the rights to the book that the name was like they had the access to the name for the movie, but they actually didn't have access to the source material. And so they had to like allude to it, but they could never like fully reference it because then they'll be like breaking copyrights.
Yeah, there's no reason to do it then. I mean, if you can't have access to the source material, then just don't do it.
That's a good point.
I mean,
money is fun.
It's
that's
that simple. Yeah, you can say, oh, I'm gonna create this series and I'm gonna put $1 billion into it, which is what happened with the Rings of Power. But guess what? They probably lost about $1 billion on it. I mean, it really, I don't think it brought the income that they were expecting out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and they probably won't continue it. They'll probably cancel it.
Yeah.
And Netflix has won the rights to many adaptations over the last little while, and I would say about 90% of them are garbage. And it's not necessarily that the way they do the story is bad or whatever. It's just something about the way Netflix chooses to do things is not good. For the live action adaptations of some of the like animated stories and stuff like that. They drop the ball in a lot of aspects.
Can you give me examples of what you're talking about?
You know, a lot of people, you know, the Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, I haven't actually got I love the anime, but I haven't got a chance to watch the live action.
I
That's a good
haven't seen a lot of the anime, but I've seen the live action, and I actually enjoyed what I did see. But the people that know the anime are like, this is not at all like this isn't Cowboy Bebop. And that's really what's happening with a lot of the Netflix adaptations. Is this isn't what the source material says. Like, you're completely going off script to something completely different. And that seems to be a typical thing. Like, I want to watch the Avatar: The Last Airbender live series to see how I feel about it.
I thought they were making a remade animated one also.
They are making animated movies. Based on certain avatars.
I thought I saw something about those being decent.
I have to be a good boy to advance him. No,
but yeah, I'm just I'm not sure how I'll feel about it. We'll see. But I'm not closed off to it. I'm not gonna go in there with any kind of expectation. Mostly because Netflix has kind of reduced my expectations to almost nothing, so I'm not gonna be disappointed if it's bad. If it's good, I'll actually be happy, which is nice, but I don't have the expectation of it being good. So
I did enjoy the One Piece live action, and I'm going through the One Piece anime. But then I watched the live action before I got really deep into the anime, so I'll see how I feel. But
oh, you're still going through the anime? I thought you already went through it since you had that that cut version of it.
I mean that even with the cut version of it, it's still a lot. From a guy who
you're talking about like 15-20 years of anime running.
Yeah. Oh.
Although I heard like at least a good chunk of that is the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, filler episodes.
Better, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that isn't the case anymore.
Yeah, I mean, one of the other ones, Full Metal Alchemist.
Was there a live action Full Metal Alchemist?
Did they make a new one?
I didn't even know they made a live action of that.
They made a live action one, and I watched 5 minutes of it.
Oh.
And shut it off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I loved Full Metal Alchemist, and that hurts.
Yeah, no, I loved it.
Me
it was
so
such
much.
A great, yeah,
I enjoyed both
series.
Full Metal Alchemist.
But
and
yeah, I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I was like, I cannot. This is, what the heck is this?
As a husband and as a father, I really enjoyed Full Metal Alchemist.
Which one are you talking about, Corey?
I've only seen Brotherhood.
Okay.
Yeah, Brotherhood's the one I started watching the original, but my buddy Alex was like, no, you gotta watch Brotherhood. It's better. So I switched over to that one.
No, it's not. Logan's behind me going, no, it's not.
Brotherhood is definitely better, but I still enjoyed the first one for what they did do.
So So Corey, what you're saying is, as a father and a dog owner,
Yep. That's the joke. It's like whenever like, wow, like they hear something terrible happening to a lady. Wow, as a dad, I'll hate to imagine that happening to my daughter. Like, no, it's just a terrible thing. Just say that's a terrible thing.
oh man.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day that was like, it was like 3 different animes, and Full Metal Alchemist was one of them, and all 3 of them said, I turned a person into a dog, and they all 3 had different meanings.
I don't even know what you're talking about, but that just sounds funny. I want to see that now.
Yeah, I don't know what the other 2 animes were, but I recognize the part for the Full Metal Alchemist. I did not save it, unfortunately. I think I might have sent it in my group chat. Let me see, because it was hilarious. Like, I don't know what the other 2 animes were, but like one of them was like it turned no, one of them was like I turned my dog into a girl, so it actually turned the dog into an actual person.
That
one of them was like
it's okay, of course.
One of them was like I turned a girl into a dog, and she was like a humanoid dog, right? So she had like the dog ears and the dog tail, but she was a human. And then the third one was Full Metal Alchemist.
Which is like one of the saddest episodes.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, what the heck did I just watch?
Oh man, that was a hard episode to watch.
Yeah, it was. Let's see. This is it. No. That one was funny though. It was anime related. This girl goes up to this famous guy and he hands him a book to sign. On the inside, he signs his name into it and he closes it and it says Death Book. He looks up at it like,
Oh, that was good. Yeah, it was like the actual like the anime. It was actually the guy who did the manga. I think it was the manga of Death Notes.
Yeah.
And like gave him a book to sign, and he like flipped it over. Said Death. Oh,
Death Note, yeah. Yeah, I don't see that one that I sent. I don't think I sent it to them, but yeah, it was definitely a funny meme. I did see this thing that I found funny the other day. It's I just came across it, which is what reminded me of it. So this is directly from the IRS website. It says, illegal activities. Income from illegal activities such as money from dealing illegal drugs must be included in your income on Schedule 1 Form 1040, Line 8Z, or on Schedule C Form 1040, if from your self-employment activity. Stolen property. If you steal property, you must report its fair market value in your income in the year you steal it, unless you return it to its rightful owner within the same year.
That's the RS for you.
And one of the comments that I saw was like, man, they really are taxing you for everything these days, aren't you?
You know, actually, one thing I was surprised though, because because of the car accident, like I went and saw a
chiropractor.
I seen a chiropractor, but we also went and saw a lawyer to see like rights and things like that. And it turns out like if there's any settlement that happens, like settlement is actually one of the things that is non-taxable income.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, we considered suing the person who ended us, but it would have been too much of a hassle to go through the process. And we had every ability to do so, but we don't think we would have gotten anything because, the guy was driving with a suspended license, no insurance.
Yeah, That's hard.
you
Like
know, all that stuff.
on my side, like
It was a business vehicle.
it's like, and the guy, like the person who driving was like straight up honest all the way through, and said like, actually no, I'm the one who ran the red lights. Like in the moment of the terror of everything, like I did everything wrong under the book. Like I didn't get any witnesses, didn't get his ID. I did get his company's like insurance card. But like since like I didn't get any witnesses, like it could have been a simply like, well, that's what he said, that's what you say kind of moment.
Yeah.
And then like what really made it like, but yeah, but he's definitely like it was a work vehicle driving for work, and so
Yeah, which means he'd have to report it to his work, so therefore there's
yeah. And he like told me, like he told his work, he like was honest all the way through, like, yeah, I did. And so I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, because I like you know, like that made it so my insurance rate doesn't go up because because under PIP I'm seeing like a chiropractor, I'm seeing doctors for my left wrist and my left ankle. Like once I get past the 15,000 PIP, like then that will even go against my budget. I'll have to pay for that after insurance. And so like later in the settlement, whatever money I pay out of pocket and whatever hours I take out of work to go see those doctors, because all those doctors are only like, I can only see them during work hours. So I have to take hours out of work.
Work hours during the week. Yep.
Yeah. And so it's going to be a long ordeal towards recovery, but look,
Yeah,
it seems like there will be some I guess you could, some form of justice after all of it and economic.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, I mean, it took me 6 months, I think, after the accident to get back to fully normal. So at least, you know, as close as I could be after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the car accidents suck.
Dude, yeah. I like, as crazy as on the first day, I only had like a little bit of wrist pain on my left wrist.
Yep.
And actually just where the SEPA was, it's like a pain there. But it was definitely like true when they say like give it a day or even a week.
Yep.
And your body starts sending out all these signals of.
Yeah. Yeah, after
It's
we got
past the point of
ended,
shock.
it was yeah, it was 2 days later that my back was like, yeah, you're in pain. I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the comments on this iOS thing that I saw too, which what I found really funny, this guy put, let's say you steal tools to commit a robbery. Can you deduct the value of the tools in your work expense?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, how do people come up with this stuff? But the fact that they even like put that on there, like, who's gonna admittedly put the criminal activity to the government to say, yeah, I'm doing criminal activity, come find me. You have my social and you have my address.
I actually like, I do know someone who like, for whatever reason, he did construction, made so much money, he actually like and didn't pay tax on it, so he like owed the IRS a lot of money. Well, then he got into drug dealing, and you know this is the 80s, and so made lots of money off marijuana and used that. And like the IRS doesn't even ask where you get your money. He just paid his taxes with his marijuana, cocaine, drug dealing, and now he clings to Jesus, and you know. But it's like, this one of those interesting, like, especially like during the 80s, like he just had it all in cash and paid the IRS, and they didn't blink an eye. Said, thank you for your money.
Yeah, these days they're like, where'd this money come from? Show me receipts of how you received it and all that stuff. But back then it was just, oh, you got the money? Okay, thanks. Have a good day.
Yeah.
You know. They're like, we don't care where you got the money from as long as you give it to us.
I love, like, one of the online things I just thought was hilarious, like just funny, is how someone's like, yeah, like what's one thing that like surprises you? It's like nowadays, like a lot of things just come out the U.S. government does, and there's like, yep, it happened. Deal with it. We did it. It's like, gosh.
Yeah, all those, illegal activities that they're like, oh yeah, we definitely did that, but that's 20 years ago, that's 40 years ago, so don't worry about it. It's fine.
Especially all the, my gosh, all the like how much their hands were in the drug dealing. That part is bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, we know for sure, I mean, they're not gonna say how deep it is, but we know for sure that there's like the CIA working with, hotels in other countries to get them more money so that they can give them information or whatever else they want over there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, but can't really do anything about that. It's just.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's like, like
things.
people who I knew were Vietnam vets.
Mm-hmm.
Like, legitimately, the army will give them like the narcotics to have them keep on fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you look at World War II, the Nazis, they gave the troops and the tank teams chocolate with gosh, what was it that was in the cocaine? I don't think
Something
it
of
was cocaine.
those
It was a drug to keep them moving, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It was like get the blood pumping and keep them moving, and they give each person like 2 bars, and they just say like take one piece at a time, and they'd take one piece and they'd be set to go for like 8 hours.
Nuts, man.
Yeah, just the crazy things like that. Obviously, there's still things like that happen today, but they're not supposed to.
Yeah. Well,
and if they they're either privatized or like paramilitarized.
oh yeah, and it's like,
or they're hidden behind. They're also hidden once again.
yeah, but as like more and more information becomes more readily available, it's just harder for things to be hidden in the back. Like,
you know what? I think they probably have a better time now because they can just say it's false.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's harder, but it's easier. It's harder for it to be hidden, but it's easier for them to discount the facts.
Validity of it.
Yeah. Because with all this, the AI video and stuff like that, they can be like, oh, this is just AI adjusted. That's not real.
I mean,
and they can make an AI video to counter it and say this is the real video.
I say like even though from the human eye, like there are algorithms to see if something's AI. It's not too hard.
Well, currently, yes.
Have you seen the Sora stuff? It's getting much better very quickly.
It's learning very fast. I mean, just in the last like
And
60 days, it went from, not being able to, properly do a hand where it would have like 6 fingers to where it could have that hand move almost flawless.
And also, it'll keep information that's been off screen for a bit, and it'll come back and be the same. They've learned how to remember.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like a lot of the AI, like deepfake stuff, the only way to really
and remember that is
and just the only way to really break it down and verify whether it's real or not is literally to play it frame by frame. Because the AI can make the video look real, but if you play it frame by frame, you'll catch the glitches and the weird things that it can't fill in.
And what
within
I
the
was
short time.
talking about was like during I am making the entire video itself, but deepfakes, where you just only have to change very small things and make it believable, and and the audio, which has been a lot more well adjusted for ages now. Oh man, the lengths that I can go to nowadays is probably much more insane.
Yeah.
You just you don't see deepfakes like publicized as much anymore. It's all about generative, like 100% generative videos from text. So how good are deepfakes now?
You do still see the stuff about deepfakes. It's just not as
It's a lot less
frequent.
common. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, the deepfakes are becoming more prevalent now.
Yeah, they're
Because-
coming back because it's so good.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that that's where we're at in society, where people have to fake videos or pictures or whatever to make something believable that's not believable.
For political use too, like for personal gain, outside
for-
of just entertainment.
Yeah, personal gain, political use, control, that kind of thing. I mean, you see all these videos online about, you say Trump and Biden, right? Obviously, not every one of those is going to be real. Some of them are going to be deepfakes. They're going to change the words that are said, or they're going to change, what happened. They'll make it look like one of them tripped or something like that. Things like that. That to make them look like they're less competent than they might possibly be. And you'll never really know which one's true and which one's not because of how realistic they make things look these days.
And the thing is, they don't even have to outright say something. Like you said, just making them trip, making them seem incompetent without actually changing anything major. Just very minor things like that will provide a big difference too. Because it'll just make whoever else less trustworthy seeming, even though neither side is really.
But yeah, like you said, you don't even have to say anything. You can literally just change a small detail in the video and then post it, and then all the people who are against that person are gonna start going after him, and then the other people are gonna start defending him, and then it's coordinated chaos. Is what it is. So it's a little scary. Because there's those people who are so, hard right and hard left that they can't come towards the middle in any way, shape, or form. And they're some of those people are willing to do things that they shouldn't be willing to do to get their point across. And all it takes is one person to change one small detail for that person to get set off.
Yeah. It's
There's a movie on Netflix. It's kind of, I don't like the way it ends. The movie overall is good, but it kind of goes up to the point of the climax of the movie and does not have a resolution, right? It builds, and then it ends. It ends at the peak instead of coming down to a conclusion, which kind of frustrated me. But it did have a lot of good context, right? It was based off of this. It was based off of the ideal that somebody came up with. I forget the guy's name, but it was a while back in like the 60s or 70s. And basically he said, it's basically what we've been doing in other countries for a long time to destabilize them, to get what, America wants out of the situation. And, the first thing is cut off communications. make it to where they can't talk to each other or don't understand what the other person's saying. And then once you've done that, then you need to create a little chaos, right? Basically, it would be like targeted things that would make the make people think that they might be going a little crazy. Then you leave them because they don't have any way to communicate over long distances. Like they take out all the phones, all that kind of stuff, to where they can't communicate effectively. So they can't. So everyone gets confused on what's going on. And then you just leave them to their own devices, and essentially the country will fight within itself. And that's basically what the whole movie was based off of. Was that concept, and it didn't really explain that until the very end of it, but it was like these people experiencing that throughout the whole movie. And it was very interesting because it was like, that's kind of scary, because in the movie basically it was we don't know who's attacking us, because there were drones dropping flyers in Korean, drones dropping flyers in Chinese, drones dropping flyers in Arabic. They all had different ones, so there was confusion. Who is the enemy, right? And then they just leave them to basically fight each other. And yeah, it's just it's a scary concept to think that a group of people or multiple groups of people could do something like that to cause just complete chaos and destruction throughout an entire country.
Yeah.
Simply by cutting off accessible communication to start.
Yeah, and like
because yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy like how powerful the fear of death is. Like that's it. The fear of death. Like legitimately, like when King Jesus like took the powers of any group, like cut them at their knees, is the fear of death.
Yeah.
I truly like at this very moment I'm convinced that it's the fear of death that is the only power you generally have over someone. And so like, yeah, that movie that you're telling me about, Logan said he's seen it.
Yeah, the director did a great job of depicting a lot of things. Like in one part, there was a lady who ran up to one of the main guys, his vehicle, and she's speaking to him in Spanish. He doesn't speak Spanish, so he doesn't understand what she's saying. Well, during that scene, watching it in English, they don't translate what the lady's saying. And the director did that on purpose. He's like, I don't want that to be translated because I want people to understand how lost they will be without the technology to translate for them.
Yeah.
But if you watch it in Spanish, you can understand the whole thing.
Yeah. Is the rest of the movie then like in English? Or
Yeah, the whole no, like so normally it's in English, yes, but if you watch it in Spanish, like translated just as a general thing for people who speak Spanish, the lady speaking Spanish is still speaking Spanish.
Okay.
And that's just to kind of, like I said, portray the people who speak English, don't know another language, how lost they're going to be without something to translate for them.
Yeah.
And how hard it's going to be if we ever get to a place where we can't communicate like that and get effective, like, effective communication across because we can't understand each other. And like I said, there's a lot of good aspects to the movie of like it was interesting. It definitely kept your attention throughout the whole thing. It was just that conclusion, that ending was like I climbed up to the top of the slide and I'm there. I'm done. I'm not going down the slide. I'm just gonna hang out here.
Yeah, but it's like it sounds like it's so oh, here we go.
Oh, this is Logan. I was just gonna say, the ending was really good. I love those types of endings, but I don't think it fit with the like type of movie it was for some reason. Like, the
So
style of portrayal.
basically, my thoughts on it, right? Like, I didn't mind necessarily how it ended. It's just the fact that there could have been a few things they did differently. Number one, they could have found the bunker an hour prior. Or
Honestly,
they could have gotten to the point where they were like, hey, we need to find a safe place an hour prior, you know, something like that. Like, and then give it a point where they're trying to find a safe place, as opposed to just building up to this is what's going on, and then end.
my question is like, why was the place empty when the little girl enters it?
hmm
Like, do you know what the answer to that is?
My guess would be whoever it was that built the place would have been either working in the city or something like that. They couldn't get out to the place to actually get to safety.
Yeah.
You know, they built it in preparation, but they weren't able to make it there due to everything that was going on. For one thing, there was all the Teslas that blocked the bridge
Yeah.
to get to the island. So unless they had a helicopter or a boat, they weren't making it. So yeah, that would be my guess. Would be that it was empty because these people knew something was going to happen, but they weren't able to. They weren't able to get out in time to get to the safe place.
Yeah, that's the only Netflix movie I've really watched recently.
Yeah, like I said, it was a good movie. It had a good story. I just feel like they could have got to the point of talking to, you know, Kevin Bacon's character, you know, 2/3 of the way through the movie instead of the last 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
then was like, okay, we need to find a safe place. And it still would have been that climb to get to the climax of the movie, and then them finding at least you know, how it ended would have been fine, but there needed to be that gap between the conversation with him and then how it ended. And that's what I didn't like about it. It was just like, oh, I'm at the top of the slide, but I'm also at the bottom of the slide.
Yeah. I mean, I like those types of endings, like the one that happened. But I just feel like for some reason it didn't fit with the style of movie it was. I don't know what it was. I thought it was a good ending. I can see, and I can obviously see why someone else, especially you, would not like it.
Yeah, when it comes to stories, I feel like there's, you know, you have to follow that curve, right? The beginning, you got the story ramping up to the climax. Then you have, I forget what there's 5 parts to a story, right? There's the beginning, there's your building blocks, then there's your climax, then there's your, I was just refer to it as a slide, and then there's your conclusion.
Yeah.
And it felt like it went build, get to the climax of the story, and then your conclusion. Basically, like going up a hill as opposed to going on a slide. And that's what I didn't like about it, was that it was like, wait, this is the end of it? Like, I don't mind cliffhanger endings if they're going to continue the story, but I felt like they didn't give enough I don't know, enough time between that. Here's what's actually going on, and the end of the movie.
Hmm.
Like I said, even if they would have given like 15 more minutes of them trying to find a safe space or something, or like getting together and being like, hey, like everyone talks and like, here's what's going on. Wait, where's our daughter at? You know, and then going and trying to find her, but they didn't even do that.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be on the same page with me here, but I think because they already made all these stupid decisions, the parents, it kind of like left us on that cliffhanger for a reason, just because of that reason, the stupidity of the dumb decisions of the other people.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a lot of dumb decisions that happened in that movie overall.
Yeah.
So I definitely get that, but yeah, I mean, it's one of those that I'll probably have to watch again now that I understand what's supposed to be happening and just kind of get a little bit more attuned with it. I might like it better the second time. I don't know. Some movies are like that. I'll watch them the
With
first time.
that
I'm
in
like,
context of what
this
you
is
know
not
in the future.
great, and then I watch it again. I'm like, actually, this was really good, and it's just I didn't know that this is what they were trying to portray. Now that I understand that's what they're trying to portray, it actually makes sense and it works really well. But yeah. Anyways, I gotta go to bed because it is almost 1 o'clock and I got things to do tomorrow. So
I'm going to bed. Then we start talking about.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I can talk about movies, games, all that stuff for forever, you know. So.
All right, I love you, man. Good night.
Love you too.
Good
I
night.
guess.
I've done that same sort of thing to 3 different people throughout the last like few years. People just in general, like I've talked to them and they said they're to bed, but I was like starting a conversation and suddenly it's a couple hours after when they should have been.
That's
asleep.
funny. Who said that?
It's not a good thing that it's a continued thing for me though. It's been weird that it's happened multiple times.
That brings me back to Smash Bros. All right, one more.
Can't
Only
go
if-
off on a loss.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna get. That's so
I
dumb.
still want to try Smash Bros since we both have fiber, but it ain't the same. We'd have to get Logan to get into it.
It's such a
Have him play
degrading.
with me.
I'm thinking about. It's such a degrading concept where. It's such a degrading philosophy where, let's say you and Brennan Corey, for example, are playing Super Smash Bros. And you guys have to get off on, like, let's say you want to get off on a win.
Mm-hmm.
And Brennan wants to get off on a win as well.
So it just keeps going back
So-
and forth.
Well, not necessarily, because when the person gets the win, they get off because they're like, oh, good night, I'm tired. And they're satisfied. But the other person is a bit degrading, but it's also funny to think about.
My pride has thusly destroyed me.
Yep.
Oh, I ate that like a chomp.
And I feel like that's more of an issue that generally happened when you would play like League of Legends or something because.
Yeah.
Because Smash Bros, if you're with friends, it's a lot more common to be a satisfying loss, and not
Yeah.
even a
Yeah,
loss.
It's a good like, you get a lot of good knee slapping moments.
Yeah, but in like League and competitive games like that, especially League, given how toxic it is, it's like you just feel upset because it was so much out of your control why you lost.
Just how long form those games are.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that
that's the
too.
reason.
It's a double whammy of both long form and control of it.
It's like it's 3 a.m. Do I want to get off with this loss or lose another game and it'd be 4 a.m.?
Mm. League,
It's a
man, dude.
paradox.
League is. Oh, those can go.
Yeah.
Poison agony staff.
Yeah.
I want to try. Just the name alone. Oh, just a simple laser. I was expecting more. What's that name? That's so long. The poison agony staff. Beware of my poison agony staff. It does a little cute little purple laser. Pew, pew.
There's lots of damage.
Yeah, it does decent damage. Also does vulnerability, so it makes him take all the extra points. I'm slightly encumbered. Gosh dang it. Please give me some strength. Ooh. Epic, you say? Okay, Happy Judgment Scroll. Hydra Wand. Hail Hydra. That one's fun. You saw me use that. Ooh. It grants 25% burn tick rate for the Pyromancer. Ooh, and also...
do you want to go for crit? Yeah, crit sounds fun. Also really difficult right now. And, swap skills really out.
This always happens when I play the mages. They don't ever give me strength. It's like never a drop. Ever.
Ever.
I mean, you are a pyromancer.
Hail Hydra. Oh.
Yeah, I looked at the Wikipedia for the guy we're fighting, Corey.
Oh yeah.
It said this is one of the easiest late game bosses.
Which one? The guy I was
The
fighting?
guy we're fighting Elden Ring.
Oh, is he? Oh
Horrible.
man.
You know who I'm talking about, Justin Horlu,
It's been a bit, but
or Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
And I just probably just
Maybe.
need to like
He has a lion on his back.
go through a grind sequence or something.
wait, is he the guy that rips his arm off? No, wait, that was before.
No.
Rips his arm off and has a line as an arm. Or am I giving
Or
spoilers?
you're talking
at
about
this
the
point?
dragon dude.
Yeah,
That's
that was
Godric. That's Godric.
Godric, yeah. Godfrey, I remember that also. Let me look it up. That's probably,
Yeah. It's once you set the flame up, the tree on fire, and you're about to enter it. And he's right there.
Oh yeah, he was,
Me and Corey have been struggling with him.
it might just be your guys' build also. And also multiplayer shenanigans.
Yeah.
Heck,
I didn't,
every time I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong?
wait, you're both doing magic, right?
I do like a
Against-
faith.
Corey's faith.
Ah. And what about
giant
you?
sword.
Logan?
I'm like a buffer faith.
What am I?
Yeah, what do you use?
I identify as attack helicopter. I mean, honestly, that's a good way to put it. Like a samurai wizard.
But do you do like mag? Oh, okay, so you're both doing magic and he's resistant to
Intelligent.
magic.
I'm using intelligence build. Corey uses faith.
So yeah, you're both doing magic or
No, Corey uses
elemental
faith.
magic.
Magic is different than faith.
Well, that's
Religion
the holy
versus
end. That's
science.
his strongest negation.
What's his strongest negation?
Holy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's weak to lightning, which I found out.
No, he's lightning and fire and magic. He has equal defenses against.
What?
Or is this the
I
wrong
thought it's at
one?
0. I looked at it.
Gosh darn it! Is this the wrong one?
Maybe.
I want.
Gosh darn it, I'm like
No,
being
Corey, don't
smacked by
come.
everything.
Because everything has similar names.
Yeah.
There we go. This is the. Yeah. Okay.
Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
Yeah. Okay.
Which one are you looking at?
Probably was looking at Godric.
Oh.
Because I forget the names because they're so similar.
Yeah. It's like 1,000 copy and pastas. Oh yeah, I found the base from Millennia. Or Is it Milena? Or Millennia?
I do remember people saying that people at Extra Life just made up wrong shit
Yeah.
when the
I mean, they're theorizing.
Elden Ring came
All
out,
it is
so
is
I wouldn't be
theorizing.
surprised if there's still bad stuff. No, I think it's like it was just outright false information instead of just stuff.
Yeah.
I like how it says video coming soon for it, but it's a but this is a page that's existed for how many years since the game came out?
2 years?
Untouched wiki.
Yeah, I don't like Fextra Life.
I don't either. There's a lot of reasons why I don't like it, including their shadiness about Twitch stuff, but honestly, it just feels really
You know,
Like,
sorry.
it's not much of a wiki, more of a placeholder for SEO shenanigans.
What does
Search
SEO
engine
stand for?
optimization. Search engine optimizations.
Oh, I see. And
So
who
that,
is it?
that way they get up on the list. It doesn't matter if they're right or wrong.
Yeah.
Hmm. Who's this?
Extra Live.
Yeah. I haven't heard of it. Hmm.
If you use the wiki for Elden Ring, you've used them.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
That's
It's just
they're
a
the
guy.
first. They're the first on the top of the list on Google and
It's
stuff.
just a
Mm.
guy
Because
and a
of
bunch of
the
Elden
search
Ring
engine.
nerds.
Hmm.
Or Dark Souls.
No, I think Vextra was like I remember seeing their stuff way
I don't
back
know.
when and not liking their other stuff too.
I've always thought of it just as one dude, but I know it's obviously like a big, not a company, but
Oh yeah, that's what I didn't like. They had Divinity Original Sin 2 stuff,
oh,
and half the stuff didn't make sense or just was wrong
really?
back then. Like I remember looking up their stuff and it's like, and it like it was placeholder information for like half the stuff and it's like, this isn't helpful.
Hmm.
This is less than helpful than what's in the game already. When we were playing together.
Yeah.
I might have gone through him after like maybe 1 or 2 fights.
Wow.
Wait, what are you saying? Justin?
It's been Godfrey. I remember explicitly like,
I've seen your achievement
something
on him.
about- yeah. I think I might have gone through him pretty
Hmm.
well because I was kind of slow paced about it.
I'm guessing was it your brother you played with?
Yeah.
I'm guessing he carried you.
I think he definitely did the damage because his bleed build is just nuts, honestly.
gosh.
And he didn't even know it at the time. He just had Bloodflame Blade and had the scythe that applied it and had the Ash of War where it just spins it, so it's just like tick, 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 tick.
Mini
tick.
procs.
Yeah. But I do remember I did. I think that might have been one where he almost immediately died by a mess up, and I just did well on that one because he's also slow. I was also playing kind of slow since I also have a heavy weapon. You know, the slow hammer. So I have to do one attack and pretty much just be defensive play. But no, it's been a while. I can't wait until I try to help you guys with it and immediately fail.
You're probably the same level as Corey now.
Well, I just meant like immediately fail because I haven't played. Because my brother.
Yeah,
still
well, it's
plays
like
Elden Ring,
every time we
so.
play, it's like a good 8 months since I last played, and I'm just like, oh, this is rough. This is rough beans for me, man.
I mean, you don't need to play. You can quit. You can rage quit.
You can rage quit. You're only at the very end. You can rage quit and say you almost beat it.
Oh man.
Almost.
But I want to see it. I think I might just respec. I don't know what I'm going to do in that game.
You're almost. You're literally almost at the end.
Not trying to be
think.
rude,
No,
but
actually,
the
I don't
swords
think you are.
don't look like they're working, Corey.
Okay.
The giant butcher swords.
Okay.
I
I'll
just
ta-
feel like you get hit before you get to hit the other guy.
yeah.
Just
Oh
as
wait,
main
did you
boss.
respec again? Off your
No, he-
limber, like arms and
I
Elden
just
Ring?
I just like dual wielding, but it just doesn't work for me.
It's a really fat build.
Yeah, and I don't think dual wielding, unless you're like very fast paced with it, is probably not a good idea in Elden Ring. I
Mm.
just have to assume so. Like, I mean, I could technically dual wield my giant crushers, but that doesn't make it a good idea
Mm.
because it's slow in the first place. A lot of its damage is doing big charge hits.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you do a lot of damage with it,
Yeah,
but it's definitely really hard to get the hits off
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
for his build.
And I think the dual wield thing might be more relevant in PvP stuff, anyways.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
But instead, I play Last Epoch.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what do you even do in that game?
Well, you can take a look if you hop on your phone or something.
Yeah.
Watch
Are
it.
you streaming?
But yeah, I am. It's an ARPG though, so
Have you ever gone into an RPG?
has he ever played Diablo?
Have you ever played Diablo? No, he hasn't.
ARPGs. Nope.
Come on, I could do a better role.
Or you could have
Oh,
Corey
just-
pull it up on his second screen.
I was gonna.
I'll,
I'm on my phone right now.
I'm joking.
I'll take the man.
Since I forgot you're already there.
I tried playing Undecember a while ago.
Is that another?
I don't know if that's an ARPG though.
I don't know. Have you played Grim Dawn?
No.
Because I know
I want
Corey
to.
has, and it's been a while. I mean, if you want to try out the ARPG genre in general, maybe Grim Dawn, because Corey already has it.
He does?
I do. I have the GOG version also, so it makes it easier.
Well, not support a thing named GOG.
GOG, not God. GOG.
I know.
Good old games.
Is that actually what it stands for?
Mm-hmm. Because
That's what it used to
that's
stand
how
for, I
they
don't know if
first
it
that's how
still
they
is.
first started. Is they took like old games and made them playable.
I've never known what it sounded for.
I mean, literally, why they're called CD Projekt is they used to be a repackaging group in like what country are they in?
Mm. I have to. I'm thinking Ukraine.
Like they used
Wait,
to
you
actually
could
be
do
like
that?
a Parsi repackaging.
No way.
group or
He's
something
actually
like
one
that.
of the most easiest bosses. Once you figure that
That's
out,
insane. I've never known that.
he just saw me cheese the rock boss. You know the rock boss cheese, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you can do that with the fluctuation and everything.
Yeah.
He hit puberty right when he said it.
The magma dog.
Actually, yeah.
Hey, where'd your pet go? Oh, there he is.
It ran out of HP, so I had to resummon it. Quite a few things in Tiny Rogues has been inspired by ARPG related stuff, mostly the I guess the scaling systems with increased damage stuff.
Hmm.
Although to be fair, the scaling is definitely more Elden Ring or Dark Souls inspired. Letter based scaling.
Yeah. It's cool the mix though.
Yep.
What's going on here?
I think after this run, though, I'm going to call it. Ooh. Yeah, I don't have any radical effects. Oh, we can do voodoo.
Terrible looking.
Tiny rogues.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like how close practically have to kiss him with this wand.
You're gonna be there for a while if that's gonna be your last one.
Wow.
If you don't mess it up.
This
one Ow.
sucks.
Oh, are you also playing Tiny Rogues, Logan?
He's just watching.
Okay.
All right. I'll slowly become they're going to give me a legendary lightning dude.
Guess so.
Let's
Not too much gold.
fine. I can control things now. Supposedly I can control things. It's a lie I tell myself. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh my gosh.
No.
You know what? Take this. Rid of this. This is so nice.
What's your companion's buff to you?
Extra lightning damage.
Yeah.
I have this, so
2 lightning things?
well soon I'm gonna go full lightning build
Oh,
now.
I see.
Flipping clown. Well, just gonna give it to me. I might as well use it.
Hard.
Sorry, what? Oh, heart. Yeah.
Chasing.
That'll probably be better.
Nice.
Ay ay ay.
You definitely need to heal.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. And attaching.
That's cute.
I need to see how bad this is. Soda.
Why not?
Money.
I'll go full clown on them. The good boy shop. My goodness, that. Why not? Oh wait, I have this. Shocking. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh, nice.
That.
So cute. Cute little wand.
It was going for me.
Yeah.
You wanted my beans. Can't have them, mister. Does the Thunderbird keep on chalking them?
Kill the priest.
Whoa!
Or the. He's not a priest. He's more of a.
More of a monk. friar.
Something.
I'll just money.
A friar, so they work at McDonald's.
Oh, that kind of friar. A good one. That helps.
I don't know. That's not much of a fryer. That's more of a take out the frozen thing and heat it back up fryer.
And they throw crosses at you.
It's like sister,
It's a crucifix.
sister Christians. They go to church only on Christmas Day.
Oh my gosh. Does Justin know about that?
Have you seen Tokyo's Revenge, Justin?
Tokyo
No.
Revengers.
Tokyo Revengers. Oh, one of the villains. The only way that they could get him alone to jump him is he's a Christian. He goes, yeah, he's a very hardcore, like very devoted Christian.
Yeah.
He goes to church just on Christmas Day and
Christmas night, actually.
Christmas and prays. I was like, that's it.
And then he starts killing everyone in the church. Oh, that was brutal. A lot.
I got a big kick out of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Wow. Oh, I see.
Wow.
Wow.
Dude, that is money. Okay. It's a lot of power. Wow. Okay.
Let's see. Definitely need a good lightning.
And I need a good lightning weapon. You're right. My guy naturally does fire
I mean,
damage.
you're already doing a lot of damage.
Now I just need to make it so that potions are permanent.
What's making your attacks repeat?
It's a passive. Level up passive every 5 shots.
Okay.
Oh. Ooh, the good boy amulet.
What are those boots?
Ooh, this is it.
Oh my gosh.
The Infernal Tread. These are like the
Flames to
4th
rain
time.
down from the sky.
Yeah, it's what's being picked up.
That's crazy.
It's written in the skies.
Yeah.
No, not yet. The Sin Bible.
8 seconds, eh?
Toxic Scepter. Silly goose.
Oh, actually, that one might be really good. I have to try that. Infinite duration? No, I actually want lower duration. Reduce cooldown. I guess that's the only duration reduction. Please. Alright. Actually, wait.
But I want more Thunderbirds. That just sounds fun. Yes. It's all coming together. Pretty much just the I dance around the corner build. Because my my birds actually can shoot them down pretty far away. And then while every step I take, I drop meters from the sky.
Ow. That hurts.
Oh, wow. Something got me. I see it's a good lightning weapon.
Ranged.
Lightning is a good thing. Yes.
Luckily, I could do a decent job. Do a decent job against the Phoenix.
I hate this part.
This part ain't too bad once you
Well, yeah,
once you can see where the
and I just
fireballs.
don't like his health is just.
Oh, you buggers! I hate this part.
Oh, yeah, this part's.
Just that very beginning where he like just pops out of anywhere and just does a big.
I want to kill him.
Well, I mean, most of these guys, you want to kill them in the first 2 seconds, but it's really hard to do in 16 Cinder. Nope. Nope. It's going to have to be that for right now. Get them, boys. All right, fine. All right. How good am I? Ooh, I'm pretty good. Armor's nice. Mana's nice. All right, and the rest I could, if I can finally start using them to add mana to my.
Who cares about magic find?
At this point. Ooh. Oh, darn it, don't have any keys. That hurts. I'll do 1 damage. No, I don't get too close. I don't get. What is my? What does power do again? Does it also make it so more range on auras? Yeah. Yeah. Also with the birds, that's probably the right choice. So I now like. So 300%. Right now I'm doing 300% lightning damage. Mm-hmm. He's also in Divine Divinity.
Third one.
The Iron Maiden. Actually present a lot of. Ooh, I dodged it. Garbage, and that'll be worth the most though. He'll do mana. Oh, darn it. Those random. They're so easy to run into. Hmm. I don't have that big companion build. This actually will. It actually does a big. Is that right there? Fragility is. So right. It looks like this is. So I'm taking to Boston. Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. There's a key there. I see. So I have to choose either helmet, boots, or gloves. That sounds fun. Give it a shot. Ooh. Oh. Corner. All right, how much? Yeah, it's 26 power, which is 25 damage. Do you need that ring? Armor's nice. That will be survivability. That's what I need right now. Just these last sections. That just sounds. Oh. I'm just curious. Canum speeders. Oh. Alright, it's not. Well, companion sign that makes the target take 50% increased damage from companions. Okay. I do have a very strong companion build. Makes sense. Get 'em, boys. What? Oh, it's because I got rid of that talisman. Wait. I don't know how that happened, but okay.
Yeah, what?
You unsummoning your pets? How could you? Actually, literally, how could you? How did you do that?
What? I have to work with what's being presented in front of me. Oh.
Okay, time to upgrade.
I will upgrade the speeder totem. Because it's just fun. Shocking. Shocking. I think I have enough money. Yep, I have enough money for Phoenix.
Okay.
I always forget to hit the anvil whenever I'm at the blacksmith.
Wait. Oh, you forgot to do that. Nice.
Ah, irritating. Mm-hmm. Another extra shield. Yep. I won't be able to get that secret, but it is what it is. Oh gosh. I don't mind. I don't mind them.
Sometimes they can
Yeah.
go.
All right. I think.
So what does a tune items do?
So you see, like right there. If I unequip that, spot in the next area, I'll have to equip it and have it on me for a whole round, like a whole room, before it's attuned and actually the effects will work. So if I like, this will just make it so it instantly attuned. You can only do like right here. You need to die. Okay. Get in the speeders. Oh. There we go. All right, what's my legendaries? That's once per room. That is really good.
Too much though.
Yeah. Except in the next area, well,
That's pretty good.
what I'll be able to do in the next area.
Yeah.
Except the power is nice.
And you have to your equipment level, right?
Yeah, well, I'll be able to find like things that increase my equipment level.
Yeah.
We'll just do this. More numbers. They're probably not going to be. Oh, let's hope. Okay. Where I need to go to. This character's mission. Actually, more intelligence. So it's gonna be where it's at. They're very pretty.
I love the music here too. This is definitely
Hmm. Actually, I have the souls. There we go. That's not bad. I decree. Oh, every turn. Wait, is this a Bahamut? No, that's a heat.
I just got lasered. Rip.
Hold on to that, I guess. Bye. Am I a good boy?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm a good boy. Oh, what's up? What is that in the middle? It's like shadow, so it's like law.
Oh, it's Evil Warrior.
Yeah, it's our little it's our awesome little Polish friend.
Yeah.
I'll oh, I can't do that. I'm out of keys, so more resin. Man, well, super health, proximity shield. Dang, like the anti build. Oh, yeah, I'll if there's a character with a mission for it, sure. It's just more, I'm more focusing on each character's missions. I've been that way multiple times. It's like the first one you actually do before you get the heaven and hell path.
I think he's talking about. No, he's not talking about.
Oh, you're talking about the pit? Not yet. We're waiting for the latest expansion for that. When that is released, I will be able to now gladly explore it. My idea is I'm going to play Tiny Rogue until I unlock all the characters. Then I'll play the unlocked characters for the new, whenever that is, for the new content. All right. Ooh, area radius. Oh, yes, please. All right. Question is, what am I getting rid of? Probably the repeat. That seems to be the weakest.
Sir, did you say something, Logan? I barely can hear you. Okay.
And watch my area. Boom. Half the room. It's a full. Oh, look, dude, Justin. Take a poke.
You're getting kind of big there.
So, maid costume, like it's blue, but so strong. Every point of intelligence, a power.
Nice.
Then I got dominance.
So you're just going all in on pure
I'm going like pretty much pure lightning.
Of
Oh yeah.
intelligence because.
Yeah. Yep. I got big brains. Now I just need a big brain helmet. Something that'll go against my cacaos. I'm definitely going to easy go over 900. Why not? Oh, nice to rest.
Actually, I don't have crit stuff right now, so I'll order that.
Justice shall prevail. Oh. Oh. I think I'm, yep, I'm protected.
Hey, look.
Well, it's part of fighting her. Like
Yeah,
that's a say, yeah. Man, she is chunky. Bone enchantment. That's. Oh, that's what. But shielding. That's what's getting her. Oh, what? Oh, the bone. I was like, here's your destiny. I don't know.
The
Oh,
green arrow.
oh, the green arrow. That's what's happening. I see now.
What was happening?
It was like, it's like one of those easily. Ooh, see, go.
You're right. I didn't have enough stamina to dodge through it.
No, it was just all suddenly. And it's the first time I've seen that in the boss fight.
Really?
Yeah.
I get that every time I fight her.
Oh, really? Maybe but it's like you have to hit the arrow on the green.
Yeah.
I
It's
think.
actually really hard to do it.
I'm also, I have done it before. I'm just tired,
Yeah.
and so, or I just kill her before that scene.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the key. I've done it, so it doesn't matter. All right, I grabbed the key. So you once you defeat all three, you get the key, and that's when you can go into the pit. You've accomplished both. Become the body of purity. Praise the sovereign. Those are my light.
That's not what I was asking for. I was saying, like, what happens if you get the green arrow?
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's true. I was like, choose my destiny. Like, okay. I thought it was a random thing for a second. I was. But my lightning birds. Not my lightning birds. I've gotten so attached to them. That was fun having such a oomfer of. So just unlock the druid. There's the monk and there's a superhero. And then I'll have all the classes unlocked.
You're almost there.
No. What are you? Oh, the alchemist. Oh, I seen it. That's a druid. What does he do?
0 wins, eh?
I haven't played anyone in that camp yet because I've been
Ah.
in unlock mode.
Cleric and hero.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Both
see
in a-
what they are before you get off. Probably.
Both I have it. I don't have those two unlocked, but I have. But
You should have those two. No,
I
I
d-
meant like the ones to unlock those.
oh, I do. Yeah, I do have the cleric.
That's what I meant like. So cleric is a free heal and starts with very heavily in strength.
It'd be fun to build a.
Oh, that's one of the original like
Mm-hmm.
fruit too. So what's the
Yeah.
hero then?
That's the hero. I get good boy. I get good luck.
Ah, yes, it is
All right.
the luck.
I guess I'm doing another round.
What were we saying about one more turn?
I
One more
know.
Go?
Yep. Just one more.
One more time.
Oh. Pfft. Something I was practicing.
Restart.
Yeah.
That's what I do when I get hit.
I was like, no. I was like,
Patience.
like that is way too. I don't let myself do that. I've done it in the past, and it's like, nope.
Doing what?
I just do it. to make myself-
Get hit once, and then you're just like, you restart the game.
If you do it on room 1, maybe. Because then it's like, okay, then that's just rip.
Tells me that I'm not focused.
You know what you should do, Logan, if with that mindset of it get hit once restart? Play the Lost and Binding of Isaac. If Corey ever unlocks him. I think you have.
The what?
The Lost and Binding of Isaac, if you ever play that game.
Lost?
Yep. It's get hit once, suffer.
Ooh.
Wait, did you just pick up a curses are good?
Not yet.
Add corruption or Oh.
So it adds curse on my guy though.
Interesting.
Oh, what a rough start.
In a artisanal house with an artisanal wife.
Oh no, there's the. Yeah, this run probably done for. I don't...
You should have listened to my advice.
Whee!
Whee! Who says?
Oh, let's hope.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, pff.
Why do you do that?
As I thought. So you can. So like right here,
You
if
told me that, but you just walked right
I know.
through the laser.
it is like almost 2 o'clock.
Into the laser.
Go over here.
So you got some dice out of it.
Yeah. Wow, I'm actually not used to starting with so many hearts. Weird.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Gosh.
Don't get too happy about it.
Oh.
Oh yeah, so this spider boss, it's from another game. Like the exact same style how he drops from the air.
Hmm.
I know it's from like I'm sure a lot of different games use it, but there was this one game that I played that had the exact same thing and it reminded me of it, but I just don't know what game it was. You guys have any thoughts?
Nope.
I don't know what game it was.
Oh my gosh. What's up? It's like walking a train crash into a car on the tracks. Dude, I'm feeling tired. I agree with you. I enjoy being the beautiful wreck that.
They suck.
Ooh. Well, I will go full. Oh wait. Actually, it's supposed to do good. I'll use my souls. I'll use my souls to be a good boy. I'm doing a lot of curse hits now.
Now it's time to just get curse hits to be good.
Pretty much, yeah. Just you need to get the cloak, and all curse hits will be guaranteed
The
crits.
curse hit, well, your curse is from your cloak.
It really makes me want to do a curse run.
Because then you don't have something that just chases you indefinitely once you hit too much curse.
Burning. Level it up. Hmm. So the question is, I like whenever I wear this, I don't run into any shrines. Let me see. See if I run into any shrines. Oh, I don't have any money. What was I doing?
Well, you'd have to wear it before you enter the
Yeah.
shrine.
No, I know. It's like right now I'm wearing. So we'll see. Nah. The key to unlock the goodies. Yeah, I don't. One thing I don't mind about this orbital is that since it sends the razor leaves. I guess get some twinkle toes.
So now I know.
I haven't played the druid yet, so I can't say. Man, oh, they have shielding, of course. There we go.
Okay, this is a lot of necrotic base instead of bleed. There's a couple bleeds though.
Hmm. Hmm. All right, I don't think it will level it up by 1 though. Like even though they're giving it at me to fire weapon upgrade level, like even though I have burning on it, so let's see here. Yep, doesn't level it up, so it has to be legitimately one that does in its base does fire damage. Got that for science since so early on. Just verify my thoughts. All right, game, give me a shrine so I can get rid of this. Actually, you have shrine until you give me the cloak that goes with the horns. How long you have? All right, Magic. Do Magic. We have Glaive enchanted, Totem enchanted, Guardian enchanted, Holy enchantments. Oh. They're so chunky. He's especially chunky. Nope, that's not going to help. I'm just going to have to just keep on repeating. What? Oh, that totem. All right, get out of your fire totem. Thank you. I see. So I figured out what his thing is. You got to keep on moving in circles around him. Even in that mode. Like you think you want to pause. It's actually, let's do this. All right, whatever. I do have a key. Oh, there we go. Now, all right. Oh, there we go. No, it's a guarantee +1. Except it isn't mana based, but now this guy is not limited. Should I use a res? All right, I'll use a res just to see the blood on. Well, first let's see what it offers. Nope. Yep. Even if it's not worth it. It's worth blowing up though. So charm. Oh. Oh. Reset value. Sea Prisms is so good when you're playing 16 center because pretty much everything and everyone you go against is enchanted. But then resale value. I'm gonna go resell. Get more money. Believe in the future. Oh, they have super health, that's why. Some chunky rats. I was actually really impressed with myself with that dodge. All right. Ooh. That's the book. I think this is just trash weapons. I pick which out of them have all the trash I want. I guess I picked this one. This is not. What's my curse? 10%. Probably that luck potion working against me right now. Oh, interesting. All right. Love you, man. Good night. Oh, there's the Abyssal Wrath. Okay. We did get summoned. I don't have enough. Oh my life. I'm better than this. Curse me, please. Oh my. There we go. Be nice if I get the atonement offhander. Yes. Oh man. Oh well. Wait till I start talking about King Jesus. There's some of the answer. Oh, That's hilarious. It's like, the Terraria is a great game. Oh, I don't blame you thinking I was playing that. Oh. Go for it. I think I'm good on potions. Oh, it's kind of the joy of it. All right, crappy flame spear. Get rid of that. Definitely like part of the joy of it though, like, and you see a lot of reference to modern games. Like there's a lot of like Elden Ring references. Gosh, what other references? I feel like almost every reference to most games. Oop. My brain's too tired to think of any more. What's up, Mac? Hey, Twitch, allow me to double dip, quadruple dip. Don't do crushing hits. Get guaranteed. Yeah. It's 2 a.m. here. I told myself the run before would be on my last run, and so kind of in this wonderful tired blur of this will be my last run. Ooh.
But speaking of the last run, you have a good night, friend. I'm probably gonna get off the call.
Okay. I love you, man. Catch you Sunday, most likely.
Yeah. See ya.
Yep. Oh man. Everything's hitting me. Oh. Man. Oh. Thanks, man. I live stream on the moles. Nope. That's really good. Do that one. All right, even though I'm going all cursed, I still want to be a good boy. Wow. Wow. No charms? Just these... Gosh. That's mean. There's like garbage one. You to the cell. rid of that. Sneeze. I guess not. Finally. Want that to be a good boy. Yes. Oh, I see. You should need to read the book before. Oh, my guy just does crit. Okay. Should have read this. Let me read it. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm. Oh, I see. Goes up. That's how you beat that. Okay. Oh. Oh. That's my last run, friends. Have a good night, y'all.